I couldn't move. Couldn't get off the floor of my apartment in Maine. Phone in hand, didn't want to alert the cast. I had a show opening in 3 days where I'm supposed to be lifting people over my head for 18 performances. In 3 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact protocol I used to go from that floor to that stage and kept me there for 18 shows without the audience ever knowing. But first you need to understand why your back actually hurts, and I bet it's not what you think. Also, I was playing Dracula, which if you know anything about this version, leather pants, open vest, abs out, never been told no in 500 years. He does not crawl across the floor of his apartment at 11 p.m. trying to reach the bathroom. But that's exactly what I was doing. Here's how it happened. I'd been babying my back for a couple years, skipping heavy squats, avoiding deadlifts, basically tiptoeing around a problem I never actually fixed. Then I started training hard again for the show. Had to be ripped. I needed to lift 2 cast members up in the air, jump up 2 and down from an elevated platform, dip a woman for a kiss, dance with a man in a dress, night after night. So I went back to the gym, reintroduced leg press, did some deadlifts, felt fine. Then, one night after rehearsal, I sat through a 3-hour Dracula movie, because, cultured. Got up, dropped my phone, bent down to pick it up, and nothing. I couldn't move. I was on the ground for 2 hours. Pain. Crawled to the kitchen to put my food away. Crawled to the bathroom to take out my contacts. The next morning, couldn't put on my socks. The man in the dress had to help me, and I'm forever grateful to him. Or her. I had a show opening in 3 days, in my home state, with my family and friends I hadn't seen since high school in the audience. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I tried everything I could think of. Anti-inflammatories, fish oil, curcumin, red light therapy. I moved when I could, I rested when I couldn't, I ate clean, and I prayed. I know, not very on brand for Dracula, but I don't actually drink blood either. Although if it cured back pain. But yeah, Dracula's family was praying too, and I think it helped. 18 shows. My family knew. The audience never did. So what was actually going on with my back? Here's the thing. I've been training consistently for years. I wasn't neglecting my glutes or my core. I was working out regularly, doing the right things in the gym. So the standard explanation, oh, your back hurts because you stopped moving and your support muscles got weak, that wasn't really my story. Mine was different. And I think a lot of you watching this will recognize it. For years, I'd been dealing with what I now understand was systemic inflammation, gut issues that wouldn't resolve, acne well into my adult years, joint pain that would flare up seemingly at random, the kind of thing you learn to manage and work around because nobody ever connects the dots for you. But here's what I've come to understand. Your gut and your joints are not separate systems. Chronic gut inflammation, driven by the wrong foods, the wrong lifestyle, chronic stress, create a systemic inflammatory environment that affect every joint in your body, including your spine. You're not just dealing with a back problem, you're dealing with a body that's been running hot for years and finally hit its limit. And I'd cleaned up a lot of my diet by the time Dracula happened. I cut out most gluten and dairy, was eating cleaner than I had in years, but I was still eating chips fried in seed oils, still drinking occasionally, still eating sugar. So enough inflammation in the system that when I reintroduced heavy training, my spine, already operating close to its tolerance threshold, just couldn't handle the additional load. One wrong bend to pick up a phone, and I'm on the ground for 2 hours. Now here's the good news and the reason I'm telling you all this. The same things that fixed my back are the same things that address the underlying inflammation. Movement, yes, the right exercises, absolutely, and I'm going to show you those next. But also what you eat, how you sleep, what you put in your body, it's all connected. And I'm still figuring some of this out, honestly. Gut health is a journey, not a destination. But I've made enough progress to know the direction, and I want to share what's been working. Let's start with the exercises first, because you probably want to get off the floor before we talk about anything else. First up, child's pose with a lateral reach. Now before you roll your eyes and tell me yoga's for your wife, hear me out. This is one of the most effective moves for decompressing your lumbar spine and stretching the QL. It's the quadratus lumborum. Deep muscle that runs along the side of your lower back and is almost always involved in acute back pain. When it seizes up, it feels like someone's tightening a vise on your spine. This releases it.
Start on all fours, sit your hips back toward your heels, arms extended in front of you, then walk both hands to one side and hold. You'll feel the stretch along the opposite side of your lower back. Hold 30 to 40 seconds each side. Breathe into it. Don't rush this one.
Number 2, Piriformis Stretch. Here's something most men don't know. A huge percentage of lower back pain isn't coming from the lower back, it's coming from the piriformis. Small muscle deep in the glute runs right along the sciatic nerve. When it's tight, it compresses that nerve and sends pain radiating in your lower back, your glute, sometimes all the way down your leg. Sound familiar? That's sciatica. And in a lot of cases, stretching this one muscle will make it disappear.
Lie on your back, cross your right ankle over your left knee in a figure 4 position, flex your right foot, and either stay here or pull your left thigh toward your chest. You'll feel it deep in your right glute. That's exactly where you want it. Hold 40 to 45 seconds, then switch sides. If you feel nothing, pull your leg closer. If you feel too much, back off slightly.
Number 3, the dead bug. Greatest name in fitness. And also one of the most underrated core exercises for men with low back pain because unlike crunches and sit-ups, it strengthens your core without loading your spine. You're lying on your back the whole time, which means zero compression on your lumbar discs. Physical therapists prescribe this constantly for back pain, and almost nobody does it because it looks ridiculous. It works because it looks ridiculous. Trust the process.
Lie on your back, arms straight up toward the ceiling, knees bent at 90 degrees in the air, like a dead bug, hence the name. Press your low back firmly into the floor. This is critical. Don't let it arch. Then slowly lower your right arm overhead and extend your left leg at the same time, keeping everything else completely still. Return to start, switch sides, go slow, slower the harder. If your back lifts off the floor, you've gone too far.
Number 4, the glute bridge. Even though weakness wasn't my specific story, this exercise still belongs here because weak glutes are genuinely one of the most common contributors to lower back pain in men over 40. And even if your glutes are strong, sitting all day literally turns them off. Your body forgets how to fire them properly. The glute bridge wakes them back up and takes load off your spine immediately. You probably feel relief from this within a few sessions.
Lie on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Drive through your heels, squeeze your glutes hard, and lift your hips up till your body forms a straight line from shoulder to knees. Hold at the top for 2 seconds. Actually squeeze. Don't just get there and come back down. Lower slowly. Do 12 to 15 reps. If you want to make it harder, extend one leg and do single leg bridges. Your glute will hate you. That means it's working.
Number 5. Bird dog. This one builds spinal stability, your spine's ability to stay neutral and controlled while your limbs are moving, which is basically every physical thing you do in real life. Picking something up, carrying groceries, getting out of a car. When your spine can't stabilize itself under load, your back compensates and eventually gives out. Stuart McGill, the world's leading back pain researcher, calls this one of the most important exercises for back health. So does my floor that one night in Maine.
On all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Keep your back flat, no arching, no sagging. Extend your right arm forward and your left leg back simultaneously. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, return to start. Switch sides, move slowly and with control. The goal is 0 rotation in your hips. If your hips are twisting, you're going too fast. Do 8 to 10 reps each side.
Last one, the McGill curl-up, named after the same researcher I just mentioned. Stuart McGill spent decades studying spine biomechanics and concluded that traditional crunches and sit-ups actually increase disc pressure and contribute to back injuries over time. The McGill curl-up gets you the core activation without the spinal compression. It's not as dramatic as a crunch, doesn't feel like you're working as hard, but it's quite effective and it won't throw your back out, which at this point in the video feels like a relevant selling point.
Lie on your back, one knee bent, one leg straight. This flattens the lumbar spine and reduces disc pressure. Place your hands under your lower back to maintain its natural curve. Don't flatten it to the floor. Now just lift your head and shoulders slightly off the ground. We're talking an inch or two, not a full crunch. Hold for 8 to 10 seconds. Lower slowly. Do 3 to 5 reps, and then switch which leg is bent. Less is more here. If you're feeling it in your neck, you're going too high.
Oh, we're back. Quick but important. The food you eat directly affects how much your back hurts. Inflammation is a real physiological process, and what you're eating either turns it up or turns it down. Seed oils, processed carbs, sugar, they're feeding the fire in your spine. Clean protein, healthy fats, vegetables, they're putting it out. I cover the full nutrition system in the Nutrition Reset link below, but the short version is, if your diet is garbage, your back will reflect that, no matter how many bird dogs you do. 2 supplements worth mentioning specifically for back pain and inflammation: omega-3 fish oils, 2 to 3 grams daily, one of the most well-researched anti-inflammatory compounds available without a prescription. Takes a few weeks to build up, but the evidence is strong. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, genuinely anti-inflammatory, especially when combined with black pepper for absorption. I was taking both of these during the Dracula recovery, and I think they made a real difference. About NSAIDs, ibuprofen, naproxen, they work for short-term acute pain relief, and there's nothing wrong with using them to get through a rough patch. I did. But they're masking the problem, not fixing it. Don't rely on them long-term. Fix the underlying inflammation and you won't need them. That's the protocol: 6 exercises, cleaner food, the right supplements, and if you're a person of faith, pray. Worked for Dracula, it can work for you. If you want the full nutrition system that covers the inflammatory side of what we talked about today, grab the Nutrition Reset, link in the description. It's the food framework I've been building on for years, and it works alongside everything we covered here. And grab the Morning Mobility Reset too. 5 minutes every morning, perfect warm-up for these exercises, completely free, link in the description. I'm covering the full recovery protocol as well in an upcoming video: sauna, cold plunge, red light therapy, massage, and more. Subscribe so you don't miss it. See you next time.
I want to suck your blood.